the makers of all aluminum foil breakfast flakes, and Gamma O's, the radioactive breakfast food, presents the continuing adventures of Nutman, insane superhero. Nutman, at one time a mild-mannered law researcher named Benny Oblique. Yes, Nutman inadvertently devoted his life to crime prevention one afternoon by going crazy in a restaurant while eating a plate of mostaccioli. Some say it was the stress of the injustices he saw every day at work. Some say it was in reaction to the mass apathy he saw all around him. Some say it might even have been the food. But for whatever reason, Mr. Oblique suddenly and completely lost all of his senses and fell, as they say, senseless to the floor. And then a curious trade took place, for even as his wits departed, he took on a strange and powerful new sense. The ability to sense somehow where and when a crime or catastrophe was about to take place. And soon Nutman was following up 3 or 4 crimes a day. And for months, the urban landscape reverberated with the shouts, curses, and mutterings of would-be criminals. This week's exciting adventure is Nutman and the 3 Fish.
Ah, Philip, good of you to come on such short notice.
Certainly.
Would you care for a cigar?
No thanks.
What about a drink of my orange soda?
No thanks.
Very well, then I'll get right to the point. As you probably know, I have taken quite an interest in the career of Nutman, insane superhero. Yes, I believe you've had some dealings with this fellow in the past.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Well, I've called you in here to discuss a particularly important problem we're having. It seems that Nutman has been experiencing actual periods of normalcy.
No.
Yes, indeed. In fact, very often he'll find himself standing in the bathroom, perhaps looking into the mirror, and he'll revert to his old self, that of drab Benny Oblique, law researcher.
You
Yes.
don't say.
And on several occasions, he has even attempted to telephone his old law firm. I believe that's the firm of Dewey, Ketchum, it's Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Yes, to try to get his old job back. This will never do. No, Philip, no. Nutman represents more than just a breath of fresh air in the annals of crime prevention. He represents a possibility of a new world in the future, a world free of crime, a world of happiness and joy. Yes, a sorry state of affairs Western civilization has come to, trapped between the vigilantes on the one side and the ineffectual law enforcement officials on the other side. Oh, dear. I thought when Nutman appeared on the scene that his abilities could be duplicated, you see. That perhaps law officials all over this world could develop an ability to see into the future, to tell when and where a crime or catastrophe was about to take place. But unfortunately, every time Nutman reverts to his old self, that of Benny Oblique, he loses this ability. It goes right out the window. In fact, it takes a special instance of injustice to set off that amazingly complicated and intricate nutsense in Nutman's head and cause him to revert once again to the good old crazed superhero that we all know and love so well.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I'm glad that you asked me this, Philip. You see, of all the psychiatrists in my stables, if you'll pardon the expression, you are perhaps the most, shall we say, eccentric. And so I'm counting on you, Philip. I'm counting on you to make sure that Nutman remains insane. It will never do to have him becoming sane once again and wandering around the streets. My goodness gracious, man. Now, I know what you're thinking. What of his own personal interests? Does he want to remain Nutman? Does he want to become sane and become drab old Benny Oblique again? Well, I really don't know. And to be honest with you, I don't care. This is larger than the individual, Philip. We have the whole of society to think of here. So whatever you can do, please, by all means, keep Nutman crazy.
I won't let you down.
Good.
I think of something really wacky.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay.
You know, just between you and I, the whole of Western civilization is depending on you. Don't let us down.
I won't.
Yes.
Nutman! Ah! Ah, Mr. Nutman! Good to see you, Mr. Nutman. Good to see you. You don't say. You don't say. Well, listen. Have a sit down. Listen, Mr. Nutman, I'm very pleased to be trying to figure out why you feel so ill at ease lately. Because if you're going to be insane, you might as well enjoy it. Right? Am I right? And if you're going to enjoy it, then it's no good starting to feel uncomfortable about it, right? That's right. It's your lucky day, Mr. Nutman, because I know exactly what's wrong with you. That's right. I read about it only yesterday in the newspaper. That's right. Your brain has been invaded by invisible fish. That's right. By invisible fish. Mr. Nutman, you are the victim, you lucky guy, of a newly discovered but relatively common cranial disorder. That's right, the 3 fish. Here, look. That's what they look like. The 3 fish is the anxious fish, the terrible fish, and the ridiculous fish. That's right. These fish have invaded your brain, Mr. Nutman. Tell me, have you been eating any salt lately? I thought so. I thought so. you know that's why. Because all the fluids in your brain have become so salty that it's attracted these non-dimensional ocean-going 3 fish. They're invisible. That's right, they're non-dimensional. You can't see them, yet they're still there. That's right, here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is the anxious fish. This fish is responsible for that kind of tense, irritable, edgy kind of feeling, you know? That's the anxious fish right there. And here, we got the terrible fish. That's the terrible fish. This fish here is responsible for making you angry and just, generally irritable.
Oh, that's a terrible fish.
That's the one. You can see right on his face.
Terrible fish.
This one, that's the ridiculous fish. Yeah, that's right. It's a ridiculous fish. This one can charge any situation with hysterical overreaction. That's right. Oh, calm down, calm down, calm down. See? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? You got him now. That's right. Now listen, calm down, because you're a lucky guy. Because there's a way to deal with these noxious little emotionally charged submarines in your head. That's right. All you have to do is the next time you feel yourself getting angry, and you think that maybe the reason for your anger isn't quite good enough, but you feel like you're going to go ahead and get mad anyway, just stop and think for a moment. That's right, stop and think, and then I want you to shout. Shout in a loud voice, as loud as you can. Be gone, you terrible fish in my head. Go try.
You terrible fish in my head.
That's pretty good. Not good enough. Do it again.
You terrible fish in my head.
That's it. That's it.
You terrible fish in my head.
Okay. Now listen.
You terrible fish in my head.
That's good. You got it. You got it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Very good. Okay, but listen. I guarantee, as soon as you say that, that fish will scoot right out of your head. It'll scoot right out. It's gone. Ah, but wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. As soon as it scoots, another one scoots in. So, for you, I'm going to say, use a more general kind of a phrase. Like this. Be gone, all you invisible fish in my head. You like it, huh? Good. Give it a try. Come on. All the fish in my head. Let's do it again. Okay. Be gone, all you invisible fish in my head. That's it. Good. Now, what I want you to do is to start to say that, say every 3 seconds or so.
Oh, that's better for
Yeah, and then maybe in a couple of weeks, maybe you'll start to feel more comfortable, huh? That's right. Don't be afraid. Wherever you are, just say it. That's it. You should feel great in a few weeks. That's it. Be gone. All the time in my head. Goodbye, Mr. Nutman. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's it. Be gone. All the invisible fish in my head.